Welcome to Glorified Gutsy Gaming. I'm Jake, and today we're unboxing Star Trek Ascendancy, the Dominion War game expansion set from Gale Force 9. 1 extra hour, 1 extra player, ages 14 and up. The Dominion, everything you need to add the Dominion and another player to your games of Star Trek Ascendancy. Discover the Gamma Quadrant, encounter new exploration cards plus more space lanes and resource nodes. The Dominion War variant changes the playing field by dividing the civilizations into 2 rival alliances, or the Gamma Quadrant. The Bajoran Hydron wormhole systems and the Gamma Quadrant system discs allow you to add the Gamma Quadrant to your games. We've got our rulebook right on top. So I know with these, there's 2 new ways to play the team variant, 2v2 or 3v3, I guess. That's mentioned on the back. And then you can do a whole separate Gamma Quadrant thing that's a little more complex, actually, I think, where certain discs can only go into the Gamma Quadrant and whatnot. Seems quite fit compared to some of the other expansion sets. Oh, players cannot be eliminated in the Dominion War variant. Even if they don't control any systems, they still have their turn and can play resistance cards while waiting for their allies to liberate them. That's right, I forgot about that after reading the rules online. Cool. And we've got our home board. Domination. The Dominion may not attempt cultural hegemony of a rival system. They can still use cultural hegemony to control an independent system. So that's similar to the Federation. And then on the other side, we have Ketracel White. The Dominion player may exhaust 1 command token to re-roll all of their failed hit rolls in a single round of combat. Well, that seems like a nice option to have. And then we've got some of our Gamma Quadrant system discs here. And a Phenomenon, Dominion Wreck, level 4 hazard. A Dominion player gains 2 culture tokens from braving this hazard instead of 2 research tokens. That's pretty nice. Good looking discs and more tokens for production and culture. Here's more production culture and more Gamma Quadrant discs. Here's new Bajor. And one other system and another system here with a research on it. Any hit roll of 1 in a space combat results in the immediate destruction of the ship before any rerolls or special rules are applied. We've got our command tokens, some warp tokens, ascendancy tokens, and 2 space lanes. Now we have the home system, and this is the Great Link. Couple more space lanes. Now we got a research, our star bases, another ascendancy and warp. And here's some more of those same tokens. And now we've got our new Bajor with DS9 on it, with Hydron on the other side of the Phenomenon. And the wormhole. Exhaust 1 command token to move a ship or fleet from one side of the wormhole to the other. And Bajor has some words on here too. Place 3 warp tokens and 2 culture nodes on Bajor. Until a player takes control of Bajor, it has 5+ weapons to hit roll, 3 shield modifier, 3 hegemony resistance. So it's an independent civilization, basically. We've got more warp and space lane tokens. And now we've got purple control nodes for the Dominion here. Sharp. And we've got purple ships. They're pretty thick, actually. And we've got a mixed bag of our production, research, and culture nodes. And here's our fleet ships. The same thing, just bigger as per usual. And we have all of our cards. So I'm going to go through the little ones first. So there's alliance cards. There's starting advancements and research projects, and more blue alliance cards. And then red alliance or resistance. So blue alliance, but they look different. See everything, hopefully. Lots of resistance cards. And then red alliance. Make up the rest of them. So we'll go ahead and look at those now. Fleet repair ships, much needed reinforcements. Planetary defense platform. The war effort. Backroom boffins. Propaganda campaign. Wartime. Austerity. Much needed tech. Accelerated research program. Planetary assault shuttles. Fleet scouts. Diplomatic envoys. Long-range sensor arrays. Home defense fleets. Ride to the rescue, no time to lose, clever stratagem, an offer they couldn't refuse, aid from the unknown, priority 1, allied high command, counterintelligence, defense grid, alliance summit, strategic conference. And I'll go through this small blue alliance stack. Oh, there's some red in here. I lied. They're just alliance cards. Cool. And that's what these are for the blue one. And this should be the same thing but for blue. Yep. So same cards. And then resistance cards. Spark Rebellion. 2 of those. Gain supporters, raid supplies. Open Rebellion. Act of Desperation, Liberation Fleet, Sabotage, False Orders, 5th Column, Pass on Secrets, Outside Help, Internal Discord, Active Resistance, Government in Exile, Resistance Raid, Self-Sacrifice, The Resistance, Light of Hope, 8 allies, and 8 allies. So a couple of those have 2. Now we can go through the advancements. This is what I'm excited to look at. Starting advancement, Deadly Betrayal. You do not need to exhaust a command token to initiate a space battle or a planetary invasion in a system where an infiltrator is present. Which, come to think of it, I thought there was going to be some tokens or figures that were like ambassadors, but I'm not seeing them in here. I might have just missed them. Oh, I did miss them. Here they are. They're with the fleet ships. Little tiny plastic ambassadors, but they're called infiltrators instead, so not quite like the Vulcan, but same idea. So pretty cool. Vorta Commanders. When a rival attempts to control one of your systems via hegemony, you may exhaust a command token to increase its hegemony resistance by 3. You may only do this once per attempt. After taking casualties in a space battle or a planetary invasion, exhaust 1 command token to destroy any number of your ships to destroy the same number of rival ships or resource nodes. You may exhaust 1 command token to roll 1 additional die to hit for the duration of a planetary invasion. You may only do this once per planetary invasion. To defeat the Federation, we're going to need reinforcements and new supplies of Ketracel White soon. Your rolls to hit of 6 always score a hit regardless of the rival shield's modifier. Well, we've seen that before with Klingons. During your building phase, place 1 free ship at each starbase you control. That's pretty nice. Exhaust 1 command token to convert a rival's successful invasion of a system you control into a total annihilation. Remove all nodes from the system. When generating resources, exhaust 1 command token to take all resources generated in a rival system that you occupy. That's pretty cool. If you have infiltrators on a rival homeworld, exhaust this card to refresh one of your command tokens and make the rival exhaust one of their command tokens. During your command phase, you may exhaust 2 command tokens to move a rival fleet or ship that is in orbit of a system with an infiltrator as if it were under your control. It retains the warp speed of its owner. That sounds like the Vulcans. After winning a space battle or a planetary invasion in a system containing an infiltrator, you may refresh 2 command tokens. If you have an infiltrator on a rival's home system, you may exhaust a command token to make them exhaust an additional command token to initiate a space battle or planetary invasion against you. Discard to place this card under a completed advancement of a rival who has an infiltrator on one of their systems that has a science node. You may use that advancement as if it were your own. When a rival attempts to remove an infiltrator, they roll a die. On a roll of 1 to 3, they fail to remove the infiltrator. On a roll of 4 to 6, the infiltrator is removed as normal. Alright. We have some more discovery cards, I think they're called. And trade agreements. Oh, that's exciting. Let's see what's on here. This trade agreement is exhausted when given. It refreshes in the recharge stage as usual. Okay, so these are very basic. Nothing different about those. Which I remember now that I'm thinking about it. So there's an ally, the resistance. Special rule: place an unused ship of a hostile rival on this card. Exhaust to force this rival to re-roll up to 2 dice during a space battle. Discard this card and return the ship if the rival becomes peaceful. Another ally, Bash. You may use culture instead of production to build ships. Pass this card to a rival if they give you 2 production tokens during their command phase. Okay. And then these are the, exploration, that's right, discovery. So I see warp capable level 3s, 2, 0, pre-level or pre-warp level 0 also. So a couple of those. We've got a dangerous Rebel Jem'Hadar cell. Interesting. Discovery. Remains in play. You may brave a level 3 hazard. If any ships survive this hazard, you immediately colonize the system for free. When colonized, the system has a starbase. Cool. Secret base. Exhaust 1 command token and spend 1 resource to immediately colonize any connected, undeveloped system. Gain 1 culture and 1 production token. If you are in the Gamma Quadrant, gain 1 culture and 1 research instead. If you are the Dominion or hold a Dominion trade agreement, all your trade agreements immediately generate double resources. If not, exhaust all your trade agreements. Ooh. Each player rolls 2 dice. The highest score gains 1 culture, 1 production, and 1 research token. If there is a tie for the highest score, the tied players roll again to settle the tie. Then we got some crisis cards. Choose a connected hostile rival. Choose a system you control. They choose a system they control. These may not be home systems. Swap control nodes and all ships between the systems. Interesting. Choose a connected... Oh, it looks the same. Is it the same one? Oh, no, it's not. Choose a connected hostile rival. Place 2 to 4 new ships in a system they control. The rival then places the same number of new ships in a system you control. These may not be home systems. Hidden Colony. Level 3 hazard. Choose a hostile rival. They immediately colonize the system for free and place 1 new ship of theirs on the system. Forced labor colony, level 4 hazard. If any ships survive this hazard, you may immediately colonize this system for free. A couple of those kind of cards. If you have a Dominion rival, place a new Dominion ship in this system. If not, place a new ship from the player to your right in this system. Level 4 hazard. If no ships survive this hazard, the rival to your right draws the top advancement card from your advancement deck. They may develop or discard it as normal. And lastly, choose a hostile rival. You draw both the top advancements from your own advancement decks. They are completed immediately and placed into your advancement areas. That's pretty cool. I like that a lot. That doesn't sound like a crisis to me. And our last thing to look at are our fleet cards. The reference. And then we've got the first Dominion fleet. If this fleet has 6 or fewer ships in your recharge stage, you may spend 1 command token to build 1 ship in it. Well, that's kind of costly. The other side has 10 ships. That's like the Klingons. And then the second fleet. Exhaust an extra command token to move this fleet. Increase the shield modifier of this fleet by 1. Fleet has a tactical maneuver or retreat move of 1 sector after a space battle or planetary invasion. That's kind of interesting. And the other backside has 10 as well. And then the third is a strike fleet. Before either player rolls to hit in the first round of combat in a space battle, you may spend a combat token or command token to have all this fleet's hit rolls automatically score a hit. There's 5 ships there. And 10 on the back. Pretty useful. That is everything in and on the box of the Dominion War expansion for Star Trek Ascendancy. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.